Hey guys, Scott DeSalvo here, and I'm, as always, in the car driving somewhere to meet with someone about something. That's my life. Thought I'd shoot you a video about this COVID 19 thing. It occurred to me that there is a lesson for lawyers to learn from the COVID 19, and it has to do a lot with marketing, right? So, a lot of the stuff that I teach and talk about is that you have to talk to and enter the conversation in the client's head, not your own, right? So there's things you want to talk about and you want to tell the client, but that doesn't matter to the client. So the client, in my field is personal injury. So the client's worried about their situation and what's going on with them, right? They're not that worried about how many years of experience you have or the last big trial you won or the big settlement you got somebody else. They're worried about what they're worried about. And if you want them to pay attention to your marketing message and consider hiring you, you've got to talk about what's already going on in their head, right? So with COVID 19, what is it? It's a big shutdown. It's a big lockdown. A lot of people in a lot of states have been told to shelter in place. Even the states that are opening up still have very restrictive rules by the government: social distancing, wear a mask, don't get into groups of people. We've even seen news stories of people being getting into trouble for being at a park or having a play date with their kid and stuff like that. And the thing that I think is psychologically hard for people, it's been a little bit hard for me, but I think it's true with everyone, is one of the big emotions that people feel and that everybody instantly know what it feels like is feeling like an outsider, feeling alone, feeling like not part of the group. And that goes all the way back to when you were a little kid and there was a group of kids that were playing together and they didn't want you to play or they didn't invite you to play. And it has evolutionary biological foundation, because back when we lived in tribes, being a valued member of the tribe, meant the tribe would protect you and nurse you to health if you were sick and make sure you ate and all that good stuff. And if you were on the outs with the tribe, it meant death, right? So way back, the way human beings lived for most of their lives was in tribes, and teamwork was essential. So way deep down inside human beings, there's this thing where isolation kills us. Lack of human contact kills us. Not being in the in-group kills us, right? So here's what I want you to think about. Maybe you've had some of these feelings too, right? Or maybe you've read news stories or watched news stories where it's clear that people just can't stand it. They have to get out, right? Here's what I want you to think about. When we have an injured client or a heartbroken client in a divorce case, right? Or an elderly client, like in an estate planning practice, or somebody who's been somebody's been arrested for a crime or is, at home waiting for the hammer to drop and for them to be arrested in a criminal investigation that they've been accused in. But definitely in my context, the personal injury plaintiff. When you're injured and you can't go out and do social things, and you don't want to go out and do the things that you normally do that bring joy and happiness to your life, it is so easy for us as lawyers to skim over that, right? And not accentuate that when we prove damages. But for example, if you're a personal injury lawyer or a workers' comp lawyer and you've got an injured client, of course the pain and suffering and all that stuff is important, but the conversation that is going on in their mind, whether you realize it or even they realize it or not, is, I just want to get better. I want to go back to the way things were. Well, what that really means is I miss the human connection. I don't feel part of the groups that I used to feel a part of. Like, I don't feel like a part of the team at work. I don't feel part of the bowling team. I don't feel like a member in good standing of my peer group, my social group. And so the reason I bring that up is if the goal with your marketing messages are, or the goal with your marketing message is to enter the conversation in your client's head so that they listen to you and what you're saying resonates with them, then one thing that COVID-19 has taught me is that isolation, not being able to leave the house, not wanting to leave the house, not wanting to see your friends or spend time with your family or socially, or not feeling like part of the team, or, you know, living the identity that people have with their jobs and their profession. This is part of the conversation that's going on in your prospect's head, and it's something you should think about incorporating into your marketing message, right? In other words, make that part of your marketing message. And here's the beauty of it. If you can do that successfully, you are automatically skewing your ad to a higher response for people with serious injuries, right? Because nobody gets depressed from being off work for a couple of weeks with a back sprain, right? But somebody with a permanent chronic back injury that lasts forever, and they never go back to being a truck driver or a welder or a union electrician or, you know, the lead cashier at the bank or whatever it is, right? Those are the people that a marketing message regarding isolation and not belonging and not having the life you used to have, those are the kinds of people that sort of marketing message will resonate with. But you do have to be careful how you do it. You can't do it in a super ham-handed and obvious way, otherwise you'll just turn them off. But that's just a thought I had about this COVID-19 thing and how it relates to legal marketing. So I thought I'd shoot you a video and give you something to think about with respect to what you're doing when you run ads. So thank you for watching. I hope that info helps. Reach out to me at lawclientsrightnow.com if I can answer any questions or help you in any way. And other than that, have a great day and take care.